Hello everyone, welcome to Brian Unboxed. In this video, we're going to look at the Saramonic Blink500 ProX B2 microphone system. Inside, it comes with the user manual, USB-C charging cable, the 3.5mm TRS cables, 2 windscreens, and 2 lavaliers. And you also get a storage pouch. And briefly going over some specs, you get 2 transmitters and 1 receiver. The transmitters and receivers have OLED display and operate at 2.4 GHz digital frequency. The polar pattern's omnidirectional, and they have a built-in antenna. The Blink ProX box has a 3000 mAh battery, and it takes less than 3 hours to charge, and you can charge the transmitter and receiver 2 times. Taking a look at the charging box, it's pretty light. It has a matte finish all around. You have the Saramonic branding on the top, and on the front you have the LED indicators for the charge status for the transmitters and receivers along with the case. And you also have the charge button here that will give you the status. On the back you have the USB-C charge port. To open it, just press the button, and then you can see the 2 transmitters and 1 receiver. And taking it out of the case is simple. Just remove it like so. You can see the charging contacts inside. Taking a look at the transmitter, it's fairly small. You can see here, it just fits in the palm of your hands. It's got a nice bright OLED display on the front. So basically you have the power button and the mute button on one side. Okay, turning it on, you can see it has a nice bright OLED display, and you can see the microphone level bar there. On the lower left, that's the gain. On the top, you have the microphone jack, and then you have the mic here. And then on the side, again, you have the power, and you have the mute button. And then on the other side, you have the USB-C port, plus and minus buttons for adjusting the volume and settings. To get to the advanced settings, you want to hold down the set or the plus button for a few seconds. And then you can adjust the mic gain. You can see the version, and then you can also pair it, restore to defaults, change the language, backlight settings, you can have it on or off, mute key enabled, and then the input mode, and back to the gain. Looking at the receiver, it's the same form factor as the transmitters. Turning it on, you'll get that nice bright display. And then you have the A and B, depending on how many transmitters you have connected, the battery levels, the volume for the headphones, and then the top, again, you have your headphone, your line out, your plus and minus, and also getting to the advanced settings, USB-C for charging. On the other side you have the power and mute, and again it has the clip. Getting to the advanced settings, just press the plus button again. You can see the volume, version, pairing, restore, English language, backlight mode, mute key, output, mono or stereo, and back to volume. So I'm going to go ahead and pair one of the transmitters to the receiver. So basically hold down the set button on each one to get to the advanced menu, and then press until you get to the pair. Once you're in the pair, hold down the set button again, and you can see it highlight, and press the set button again to say yes. Hold down the set button for a few seconds, and then you can see here it says pairing. Now we successfully paired. You can see the A transmitter, and you can see the volume levels move. So it's paired now. So now you can use the audio cables and plug it into your DSLR, your mobile device, and then begin recording. Now you can also purchase another receiver that will work with devices that use the lightning port. So this will work with your Apple products. Inside it comes with a user manual, and then you also get a pin here to press for the pairing button. So taking a look at the receiver, you have the lightning connector on the top, LED status on the front, and then you have your headphone jack for monitoring, and then you have a switch here for mono and stereo depending on how many transmitters you'll have connected. And then you have a hole here. Basically this hole, you use the tool that came with it. You want to press it to begin the pairing process. And then on the transmitter, you go to the settings, right here in the pair, and you want to press yes, and that will start communicating with the receiver. And then connecting it to your device is simple. So here's an iPhone, and you can see it's nice and flush. And then the LED, status LED light will begin to blink, and then you can begin the pairing process once you have it plugged into the phone. All right, now for some audio samples. I have the Blink500 Pro connected to the DSLR. So the audio you're hearing now is from the Blink500 Pro transmitter and receiver. So this is a test of the Blink500 Pro microphone. Now I'm going to switch to the DSLR onboard microphone. Okay, now I switched to the DSLR onboard camera microphone. So now you're hearing the audio from the DSLR, the Canon DSLR microphone. Testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3. This is the audio from the DSLR onboard microphone. Okay, now back to the Blink500 ProX microphone. You're hearing the audio from the Blink500 ProX microphone now. Hopefully you were able to tell the difference between the onboard camera and the Blink500 ProX. Now I have the receiver with the lightning connection hooked up to the iPhone. So now you're hearing the Blink500 Pro hooked up to the iPhone. So this is the audio for the Blink500 Pro. Testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3. Now I've removed the Blink500 microphone receiver. Now this is the audio just from the iPhone. This is the audio from the iPhone. Testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, now back to the Blink500 Pro hooked up to the iPhone. You're hearing the audio, and hopefully you were able to hear the difference between the Blink500 and then the iPhone microphone. So again, this is the Blink500 ProX microphone. Testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3. So here are my thoughts on the Blink500 ProX B2 microphone system. I feel this is a solid system, and it's priced very competitively. You get a nice charging box, and you get the 2 transmitters and 1 receiver. So if you're going to use it for interviews, you have the option to use that additional transmitter. The display is nice and bright. Controls are very intuitive, and it's simple to navigate, as well as pairing it with the receiver. This is a good choice in my opinion if you're looking at the Rode Mic Go or the DJI microphone system. I think this can be right up there with those systems. So I put the links in the description below if you want to check out the Saramonic Blink500 ProX microphone system. If you like my video, go ahead and hit that like button, and if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button as well. Until next time, this is Brian Unboxed. Take care, everyone.